Right, well, here we are. It's Tuesday, 30th of March, and lockdown's lifted and the sun's out, and it's going to be apparently a really nice day today. It's all blue, getting warmer by the minute, and so it's time to go out. The first ride, first ride for nearly 6 months. I think the last ride I had was early October, and it's now the end of March. So I can't believe it. Yeah, it's nearly 6 months. So anyway, so going out on the T150 because I did all the work on it over the winter, rebuilding the primary chain case, the clutch, and above all the gearbox. So I'm hoping that everything's okay. All I've done since I rebuilt it was take it around the block literally twice, and it seemed okay. So I'm hoping that there are no teething problems and that I can have a really nice long run today. But I'm just worried, slightly worried, that there's something I haven't tightened up or done something, and it'll actually be a really short run. But there we go. Anyway, so I'm really excited. Check the tyre pressures, silly things like that, because the bike's been standing so long, and we're ready to go. So fingers crossed, gonna have a really good ride out to Derbyshire. Not open then?
Hasn't been up for ages.
Not for takeaway, I thought it'd be open for takeaway now.
No, I think it's going to be.
Wow, back, fantastic ride, fantastic ride. So good to be out after all that time. Bike, yeah, look at that, looking really good. So no great problems, went really well, as you can probably see from the ride. What problems did we have? But we did have a couple of problems, all of my own making. So first little problem I had, I'd forgotten to tighten up the choke lever, so I realised that was slowly working its way you know, to close the choke, so I had to tighten that. And then I have to admit this, for the second time in my life, the gear lever fell off because I'd forgotten to tighten it. I don't know how, but anyway I did. I'd forgotten to tighten it for the second time. I remember it came off famously in the Lakes on the T160 once, and luckily someone was riding behind me and they got it. This time I'm riding along and suddenly the gear lever's gone. A little thing like that and the bike completely unrideable, and I couldn't find it. And a woman I was out in the middle of the country, a woman stopped and she helped. She was really nice, she helped me look for it, but we couldn't find it. Anyway, eventually I did find it. Right, the battery on the GoPro ran out just right at the end there. Yeah, so the gear lever had come off and it had bounced into the near side verge, but right into the verge, about like 4 or 5 foot off the road. Anyway, luckily I was, I knew roughly where it had come off, and so eventually I found it and put it back on. Got a few spanners and that with me in the toolbox, and off we go. But a simple thing like that, forgetting to tighten that damn gear lever up, and suddenly you realise you can't ride the bike at all. Simple thing like that. But anyway, bike going really well, really pleased, no leaks or anything. Oh, and of course, and the gearbox, wow, so smooth now, I'm not joking, it's fantastic. I'm so pleased. And you know, and the gear's really smooth, you know, no problem at all. And clutch is great, and I can find neutral from standstill, even when the engine's hot, whatever, straight into neutral. So thank God all that work to sort the gearbox out, sort the clutch out, has been worth it, because it's so much nicer to ride now. You know, really nice and slick now. And yeah, and the clutch, you know, much smoother. And as I say, I can actually engage neutral even when the engine's red hot. I can engage neutral from standstill. So yeah, really pleased. So first ride out, hopefully the first of many this year.